We have an NHL trade to announce. The St. Louis Blues and the New Jersey Devils have hooked up on a small trade. We'll discuss the details coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we actually have an NHL trade to discuss today. We have a trade between the Blues and the Devils, where the St. Louis Blues have traded goaltender Jon Gillies to the New Jersey Devils for future considerations. Now, Jon Gillies is a guy who's 27 years old, was drafted with a lot of potential. It's been a long time now since he was drafted. Way back in 2012, he was drafted by the Calgary Flames. He went on to play, I think it was 3 seasons with Providence in the NCAA, had a real solid, career at that point, at that level. Get a little bit of an opportunity with the Flames, played with their AHL team in Stockton a fair bit for a few years. Things were developing, but not quite, at a high enough pace, I guess. And eventually, he and the Flames decided to part ways after his entry-level contract had expired. In the last couple of years, he's kind of bounced around a little bit. He did play in the Blues organization last year, but he was loaned to different teams. Like this year alone, before he was signed, because he was just signed just a few weeks ago here, not all that long ago at all. Played a very limited amount with the Blues. He had played a few AHL games this year. Even played one game in the East Coast League with Maine earlier this season as well, trying to get, some more NHL attention, which he's been able to accomplish here. Now, Gillies, like I said, he was a pretty promising goalie prospect at that point in time. I mean, I remember back when I first started my channel like 3 or 4 years ago, even at that point, it was looking like he was a potential, and I stress potential because sometimes you just don't know how development's going to go, goalie of the future for the Calgary Flames. But things never quite panned out. But as we know, goalies typically do take longer than most other positions and athletes in the NHL to kind of find their strides. And we've seen all kinds of examples of late bloomers in that position to find things. So we'll see where things go. This will help New Jersey. Bernier is going to be out for possibly an extended time. He's been battling an injury. There's word that he might need surgery, which will keep him out even longer. So certainly they need some more stability there in the number 2 spot in the goaltending department. So Gillies is hopefully going to be able to provide some more depth there, and hopefully we'll get a chance to maybe stick in the NHL a little bit longer and go from there. I mean, after getting his contract signed with the Blues earlier, he did clear waivers, so that gives them a little bit of flexibility too for a little while. But we'll see. This is one of those situations where it might seem like a real small trade, but it could possibly end up with, a real high impact on the other side. The Devils are a team that I think certainly many expected to improve this year. To some degree they have, but not nearly to the level that a lot of people thought. There is word Lindy Ruff could even be possibly on the hot seat after all the changes we've seen the GM Tom Fitzgerald make in the offseason. Many wonder, is there pressure on Ruff, the fact that they're so low in the standings? They only have the Islanders behind them in the standings, and the Islanders have had an extremely bad season, as we know. A lot of X factors there too, and there's, if the Islanders even found a little bit of a small winning streak, they could easily jump the Devils and they could end up in last place in this division, which is certainly not where the organization's seen itself after the moves they made in the past offseason here. So let me know what you think of this trade. I think it's, like I said, a small trade that it could have potential big outcome. Obviously, Mackenzie Blackwood is the main guy in the Devils organization. He needs some help and some relief there with Bernier not really being available much this year. So this will help with them. When it comes to the Blues, they were able to do this real easy. They've had, obviously, Binnington's been out for a while. They have Ville Husso. Charlie Lindgren's actually been a real nice find for them as well. He's come up and played solid. The last, I think, 4 or 5 games or whatever it is he's got in now. He's done really well for them too. So they have more than enough capable goalies in their system that they can afford to move Gillies along. I'm surprised they didn't get at least, a 6th or 7th round pick or something back, because usually when you see future considerations, quite often that turns out to be nothing. So he's basically given away as a favor to New Jersey, but that might turn out to be a real good move by them. But let me know what you think in the comments. We'll discuss further. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We will be back later with another video recapping all of today's NHL news and any trade rumors that we come across as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.